Welcome to Read and Learn English. This video is not temporary motivation. It is a wake-up call. You and I both know how easy it is to listen to motivational speeches, feel inspired for 5 minutes, and then fall back into the same routines, the same excuses, and the same life. Today, I want to ask you a powerful question. Why are you wasting your life? Why are you repeating days instead of building dreams? Somewhere inside you, there is a stronger, smarter, more confident version of yourself waiting to rise. And this video is made to guide you toward that version. Slowly, silently, and consistently. Your life will not change through one magical moment. It changes through small daily habits. The way you wake up, what you read, how you think, how you speak, and how you use your time. That is why in this video, I'm going to share 20 simple but life-changing habits that can completely transform your future if you start practicing them today. These habits will not only build discipline, clarity, and confidence, they will also naturally improve your English, because as you listen, read, and think with me, you grow in both language and life at the same time. This channel, Read and Learn English, exists for that purpose, to help you improve yourself while improving your English. So if you're ready to stop drifting, ready to become someone you are proud of, and ready to grow smarter every day, make sure to subscribe and join this journey. Now let's begin with habit number 1. Habit 1. Wake up early. Your mornings shape your day, and your days shape your entire life. Most people don't realize how powerful the first hour of the day truly is. When you wake up late, everything begins in chaos. Your mind feels rushed, your body feels heavy, and you spend the whole day trying to catch up. But when you wake up with intention, even just a little earlier than before, you create space for clarity, peace, and control. The morning is the only time when the world is quiet, the noise is low, and your mind is fresh. Psychologically, early mornings help reduce stress hormones, prevent decision fatigue, and slowly rebuild self-trust. When you wake up early by choice, your brain receives a message. I can rely on you. One small act strengthens your confidence. You don't need a complicated routine. Even a simple mini-morning practice can change everything. Write down 3 goals for the day. Practice English for 5 minutes. Stretch your body lightly, or journal one thought. These tiny actions create huge long-term results. Let me share a story. There was a boy who always woke up at 10 or 11 a.m. feeling lazy and stuck. One day, he decided to wake up at 5:55 a.m. every morning. Not 5, not 6, just 5:55. That small commitment changed him. He took a cold shower, spoke 3 English lines in the mirror, walked outside, and made tea for his mother. 6 months later, his confidence grew, his English improved, and his life felt completely different. The key lesson is simple. Wake up 30 minutes earlier than yesterday and use that quiet time to build the life you want. Greatness begins in the silence before the world wakes up. Habit 2. Hydration. Most people think hydration simply means drinking 8 glasses of water, but it's much deeper than that. Hydration is not just about water. It's about learning to respect your body. You expect your brain to focus, your memory to work, and your mouth to speak English clearly. Yet many people don't give their body the basic fuel it needs. Even mild dehydration, just 1 or 2%, can completely change your mood and your performance without you even noticing. When your body lacks water, you experience mood swings, brain fog, low energy, irritation, and poor focus. You may even feel sad or unmotivated for no real reason. And yes, even your English fluency suffers because a tired, dehydrated brain cannot think quickly, process words smoothly, or express ideas clearly. Let me give you a real example. There was a girl who struggled with constant headaches. She felt slow, unfocused, and emotionally unstable. She thought something was wrong with her mind. But when she visited a doctor, he simply told her, "You don't need medicine. You need more water." She followed his advice and drank around 2.5 liters a day. Within 3 days, her headaches disappeared, her emotions calmed, her thinking became sharp again, and even her English practice improved because her mind finally had the energy it needed. So here's a simple ritual. Before touching your phone in the morning, drink 1 full glass of water. This small habit awakens your brain, lifts your energy, and sets the tone for a productive, focused day. Respect your body, and it will start respecting your goals. Habit 3. Read 5 pages daily. Reading is one of the simplest habits, but also one of the most powerful. When you read, you are not just looking at words, you are borrowing someone else's brain. You get access to ideas you never had before, perspectives you never imagined, and lessons you didn't have to personally suffer through. Reading expands your imagination, strengthens your mind, and teaches you things that years of experience might never reveal. And the best part? You don't need to read for hours. You don't need to finish a 300-page book in 1 week. You only need to follow the 5-page rule. Read just 5 pages every single day. That's it. 5 pages a day becomes 150 pages a month, which becomes 1,800 pages a year. That's around 10 to 15 full books. Books that can completely reshape the way you think, act, and grow. Let me share a simple story. There was a boy who used to scroll on his phone every night before bed. 40 minutes of useless content, comparison, and distraction. One night he decided to replace 30 minutes of scrolling with just 5 pages of reading. It felt small, almost meaningless. But 1 year later, everything changed. He had read 11 books. His vocabulary improved, his confidence grew, and his entire mindset became stronger. He learned lessons about success, relationships, money, habits, and language. Lessons that no social media feed could ever teach him. And here's the hidden benefit. Reading improves your English naturally. You absorb new words, sentence structures, ideas, and expressions without even trying. So tonight, put your phone aside and open a book. 5 pages can change your mind, and eventually, your life. Habit 4. Keep one promise to yourself. This habit is simple, but it is deeply psychological. Most people don't realize that the biggest damage they do to themselves is not failure. It is breaking promises to their own mind. Every time you say, "I'll wake up early tomorrow," or "I'll start studying today," and you don't do it, your brain quietly records it. Slowly, you begin to lose trust in yourself. And when self-trust breaks, confidence disappears. You stop believing in your potential. You stop dreaming big. You start thinking, "What's the point? I'll quit anyway." This is why keeping a single promise to yourself is so powerful. It rebuilds the relationship between you and your own mind. But don't start big. Don't set 10 promises or huge goals. Start small, so small that failure is impossible. For example, speak 1 English line out loud today. Drink 2 glasses of water before lunch. Write 2 simple lines in your journal before sleeping. These tiny commitments may seem unimportant, but they are the foundation of self-respect. When you keep one small promise, your brain learns, I can trust you again. That trust becomes confidence, and that confidence becomes momentum. The truth is, you don't build confidence by achieving huge goals. You build it through small victories, repeated daily. One promise kept today leads to a stronger promise tomorrow. And over time, these small wins pile up and shape your identity. So today, choose one simple promise. Keep it, protect it, and watch how your belief in yourself slowly returns. Habit 5. Love yourself. When people hear the words love yourself, they often think of taking selfies, buying expensive things, or having a spa day. But real self-love has nothing to do with luxury or self-indulgence. True self-love is self-respect. It's how you speak to yourself, how you treat your own mind, and how you protect your peace. Most people don't realize they lack self-love because the signs are subtle. You stay in toxic friendships because you think you don't deserve better. You look for validation on social media because you don't trust your own worth. You reject compliments because you secretly feel not good enough. You give up on goals quickly because you don't believe you are capable of success. These are not personality traits. These are symptoms of not loving yourself. Let me share a story. There was a man who stood in front of the mirror every morning and felt disappointed with his own reflection. One day, he decided to change something simple. He whispered 3 sentences to himself. I love you. I forgive you. I believe in you. It felt silly at first, but he continued for 7 days, then 30, then 100. Slowly, his voice changed. His posture changed. His eyes became calmer. And most importantly, he started treating himself like someone who mattered. That one act of self-kindness transformed his life. So how can you love yourself daily? Use affirmations to speak gently to your mind. Set boundaries to protect your peace. Practice self-acceptance by allowing yourself to be imperfect. Loving yourself is not ego. It's the foundation of growth. When you treat yourself with respect, your entire life begins to rise. Habit 6. Stop comparing yourself. Comparison is one of the most powerful poisons in modern life, and most people drink it every single day without realizing it. You open Instagram or YouTube and see perfect bodies, perfect houses, perfect careers, perfect relationships, and perfect English speakers. But what you see online is only a highlight reel, a carefully edited version of someone's life. You are comparing your everyday reality to someone else's best moments, and that comparison silently destroys your confidence. The truth is, you never see the failures, the stress, the anxiety, the loneliness, or the tears behind those perfect photos. You only see the surface. That brings us to the iceberg analogy. When you look at an iceberg, you only see the top 10% sticking out of the water. The massive, heavy, complicated 90% remains hidden underneath. People are the same. Their struggles, fears, mistakes, and insecurities stay underwater. But you compare your full story to their visible surface, and that's not fair to you. Nature shows us another lesson. The bamboo and the oak tree grow at completely different timelines. The oak sprouts fast and becomes tall quickly. The bamboo, however, stays underground for up to 5 years, building roots. It looks like nothing is happening, until suddenly it shoots up and grows taller than the oak within weeks. Maybe you are in your underground phase, building strength and foundation. So here is the mindset shift. Your journey is custom designed for you. You are not behind. You are not slow. You are simply growing at your own pace. The moment you stop comparing, your true growth finally begins. Habit 7. Focus on the position, not the peak. Many people fail in life not because they lack talent or passion, but because they are obsessed with the destination. They spend every day asking, "Are we there yet? When will I succeed? When will I be fluent? When will my life change?" This constant hunger for the final result creates frustration, impatience, and burnout. When you only think about the peak, you forget to appreciate where you are standing right now. And that's dangerous. Imagine two climbers climbing the same mountain. One keeps complaining, constantly looking up and worrying about how far the peak is. The other climber focuses on each step, noticing how their breathing improves, how their legs grow stronger, and how they've climbed higher than yesterday. Now ask yourself, who is truly growing? The one obsessed with arrival, or the one present at the position? Growth works like an hourglass. Each grain of sand falls slowly, one by one. You cannot shake the hourglass to make it go faster. You cannot rush real transformation. Every tiny grain matters, and skipping the process destroys the result. This is why you must learn to celebrate your 10%. Maybe your English improved just a little. Maybe you learned 2 new words. Maybe you woke up 20 minutes earlier. Maybe you took one small step toward your dream. These small wins are not insignificant. They are the roots of big victories. When you respect your current position, you stop feeling behind and start feeling proud. Success is not at the peak. It's built in the climb. Habit 8. Set daily goals. Most people don't fail because they are lazy. They fail because they have no direction. A day without goals is like a ship without a compass. It may be moving, but it has no idea where it's going. This is why so many people feel lost, overwhelmed, and confused. They are busy, but not productive. They work hard, but not with purpose. Daily goals fix that. When you wake up and clearly define what you want to accomplish, your day becomes structured instead of scattered. Daily goals give you clarity because you know exactly what needs attention. They give you control because you manage your time instead of letting the world control it. They create momentum because small successes push you forward. And they build discipline because you learn to finish what you start. You don't need 20 goals. You need just 3 powerful ones. Use the 3-goal formula. Mind. Learn something today. Read 2 pages, study 5 new English words, watch a lesson. Body. Move your body. Walk for 10 minutes, stretch, do light exercise. Soul. Connect with yourself. Write 1 gratitude sentence, meditate for a minute, or sit in silence. Think of daily goals like building a wall brick by brick. 1 brick is small, maybe even invisible to others. But if you place 1 brick every single day, perfectly and consistently, after months you'll have a solid structure. After a year, you'll have a fortress, strong, stable, and unshakable. Your future is built exactly the same way. Small daily actions creating a powerful life. Set your 3 goals every morning and watch your life finally move with purpose. Habit 9. Exercise daily. Your body is the foundation of your entire life, and movement is one of the most powerful medicines you can give yourself. When you move your body, you increase your energy, boost your confidence, sharpen your focus, and protect your mental health. A weak, tired body creates a weak, tired mind. If you feel lazy, depressed, unfocused, or unmotivated, the problem is often not your goals, it's your lack of movement. Think of a lion. A lion is meant to run, to chase, to hunt, to roar. But imagine a lion that stops moving. It lies down all day, gets slow, loses strength, forgets its own power. One day it tries to roar, and nothing comes out. That's exactly what happens to us when we ignore our physical strength. We forget our inner power. We lose the fire inside us. But exercise doesn't mean 2 hours at the gym or lifting heavy weights. You only need 5 minutes to awaken your body and restart your inner engine. Do a few push-ups, a set of squats, a quick 10-minute walk, or even dance to your favorite energetic song. Any movement counts. What matters is consistency, not intensity. And here's the surprising part. Exercising daily also improves your English fluency. When your body is active, your brain gets more oxygen, your memory sharpens, your mood improves, and your thinking becomes faster. A clear body creates a clear mind, and a clear mind speaks better. So don't wait for motivation. Move your body today, even for a few minutes. Exercise is not optional. It's your daily refill of strength. Habit 10. Review your finances. Whether you realize it or not, money controls a large part of your emotions. When you don't understand where your money is going, you live with a constant sense of anxiety. You feel stressed, guilty, or afraid, even when nothing is actually wrong. This stress doesn't come from being broke. It comes from not knowing. Most people think they need more income, but that's one of the biggest myths. You don't rise in life by earning more. You rise by managing what you already have. Financial clarity is emotional clarity. When you review your finances regularly, everything changes. You gain peace because you're no longer guessing. You gain control because you know exactly what you can adjust. And most importantly, you gain freedom because money stops controlling you. You start controlling it. Financial awareness is not about becoming rich. It's about understanding your reality so you can shape your future with confidence. Here's a simple monthly money ritual that can transform your life. First, write down your income, all the money that entered your life this month. Second, list your expenses, every single rupee, dollar, or peso you spent. Third, identify your leaks, small, unnecessary purchases that silently drain your savings. And finally, set your priorities. What truly matters, what helps you grow, and what you must stop spending on. You don't need fancy apps or financial courses. You only need honesty and a notebook. When you face your financial truth, you gain the power to change it. Reviewing your money is not about numbers. It's about designing a calmer, stronger, more intentional life. Habit 11. Eat healthy. Your body is like a house, and the food you eat is the building material. If you build a house with weak bricks, cheap cement, and low-quality materials, the structure becomes fragile. It cracks easily, collapses quickly, and cannot protect you. In the same way, when you feed your body unhealthy, processed, or low-quality food, your mind becomes weak, your emotions become unstable, and your energy levels drop. You cannot build a powerful life with a poorly fueled body. What you eat directly shapes how you think, feel, and function. The warning signs are everywhere. If you constantly experience a foggy brain, if your mind feels slow or unfocused, food is often the reason. If you struggle with low energy, even after sleeping enough, your diet might be draining you. Mood swings, irritation, and sudden sadness can come from poor nutrition. And if your sleep quality has become worse, late-night junk food or heavy meals may be the cause. Your body speaks. You just have to listen. The good news is that eating healthy doesn't require perfection or complicated diets. Follow a simple, sustainable blueprint. Start your day with fruit or water instead of processed snacks. Choose home-cooked meals at least 5 days a week to avoid hidden oils and chemicals. Reduce sugar consumption, especially sodas and sweets that cause crashes. And most importantly, practice conscious eating. Eat because your body needs fuel, not because you're bored or stressed. Every bite you take is either healing you or harming you. If you want a sharper mind, stronger emotions, and a healthier future, start choosing foods that respect your dreams. Your body is the only home you will have for life. Build it wisely. Habit 12. Question your purpose. Most people live their entire lives on autopilot. They wake up, go to work or school, check their phones, scroll for hours, sleep, and repeat. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and suddenly years have passed with no meaningful progress. This is the sleepwalking life, a life full of movement but without direction. You may be busy every day, but busyness is not the same as growth. Movement is not the same as purpose. Imagine sitting inside a car with a full tank of fuel, a strong engine, and perfectly working wheels. But you never enter a destination. You simply press the accelerator and start driving. You might cover a lot of distance, but you're not reaching anywhere meaningful. Many people live exactly like this, moving constantly, but not knowing why. To break this cycle, you must ask yourself the questions that truly shape your life. Why am I learning English? Is it for a better job, confidence, travel, or personal growth? Why do I want success? Is it for freedom, family, respect, or happiness? And the biggest question, whose dream am I chasing? My own or someone else's expectations? These questions create clarity. They bring awareness. They remind you that your goals must belong to your heart, not society. Your purpose is like an inner GPS, but GPS systems need updates. Maybe the dream you had 5 years ago no longer excites you. Maybe the identity you built in childhood no longer fits you. It's okay to let go. Update your direction. Redefine who you want to become. When you question your purpose, you stop sleepwalking and start living with intention. Habit 13. See failure as opportunity. Most people are terrified of failure, but the truth is that failure is not the enemy. It is the foundation of growth. Think of every failure as a brick placed under your feet. Each time you learn from it, you rise a little higher. Every mistake, every rejection, every disappointment becomes part of the platform you stand on. Without these bricks, you remain stuck at the same level. With them, you build a strong base for success. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's the path to it. Imagine a bridge being constructed. Engineers design it, test it, and then test it again. The first version fails. The second version fails. The materials bend, the angles break, and the structure collapses. But these failures are not disasters. They are valuable stress tests that reveal weaknesses. The engineers don't quit. They improve, adjust, strengthen, and redesign. And eventually the bridge stands firm for decades. Your life works the same way. Real growth requires testing, breaking, fixing, and rebuilding. Failure teaches you powerful lessons if you are willing to listen. It teaches strategy, because you learn what doesn't work. It builds resilience, because you get back up after falling. It deepens self-awareness, because you understand your weaknesses and strengths. And it gives you humility, reminding you that improvement is endless. After every failure, ask yourself two questions. What did I learn? And what will I improve next time? These questions turn failure into fuel. They transform pain into progress. Remember, failure is not the fire that burns you. It is the fire that builds you. Habit 14. Automate and delegate. Many people believe they are tired because they're doing too much. But the real reason is different. They are doing too many small, repetitive manual tasks that drain their mental energy. Every time you remind yourself to pay a bill, send a message, remember a date, or repeat a daily chore, you waste valuable brain power. These tiny tasks may seem harmless, but together they create stress, overwhelm, and exhaustion. That's where modern automation comes in. You can automate more of your life than you think. Use alarms for simple habits like waking up, drinking water, or taking a short walk. Create templates for emails, messages, or work tasks so you don't repeat the same writing every time. Use checklists for routines you follow daily or weekly to free your mind from remembering. Prepare things in advance. Clothes for tomorrow, meals for the next day, or your study materials. Automation removes the mental weight of decision-making and repetition. And then there's delegation. Many people think asking for help makes them weak, but the truth is the opposite. Delegation is a sign of wisdom and strength. Share tasks with family members, use tools and apps that simplify your work, or invest in small services that save hours. When you delegate, you protect your emotional energy and free your mind for what truly matters. Your mind is a powerful machine. Don't waste it on reminders and repetitive tasks. Use it for creation, imagination, problem-solving, and growth. Automate the small things, delegate the repetitive things, and save your mental power for building your future. Habit 15. Be more organized. Think of your life like a computer. When a computer has too many tabs open, too many files scattered across the desktop, and too many programs running in the background, it becomes slow, confused, and overwhelmed. It doesn't matter how powerful the machine is. Disorganization drains its performance. Your life works the same way. When your surroundings, schedule, and mind are messy, you feel heavy and unfocused, even if you're doing nothing. Start by organizing the areas that have the biggest impact. First, your physical space, your room, desk, and environment. A clean space creates a focused mind. Second, your digital space, your phone, files, apps, and notifications. Too many useless apps or chaotic folders quietly exhaust your brain. Third, your time. Structure your day with blocks or simple routines so you always know what needs to be done. Fourth, your thoughts. Write down your worries, ideas, and tasks to free your mind from carrying everything. And finally, your finances. Knowing where your money goes reduces stress and increases confidence. Imagine carrying a backpack every day filled with old receipts, unnecessary books, tangled wires, snacks, random papers, and trash. You never clean it out, so it becomes heavier and heavier. That's exactly what an unorganized life feels like. You carry weight you don't need, and it slows you down. An organized life leads to an organized mind, a mind that is calm, clear, and unstoppable. When you remove the clutter, you make space for focus, creativity, and peace. Organization is not just about cleaning. It's about creating the mental freedom to build the life you want. Habit 16. Write a letter to your future self. This habit may seem simple, but it is incredibly powerful because it creates a deep sense of purpose. direction, and emotional connection with the person you wish to become. When you write a letter to your future self, you are not just expressing thoughts. You are setting a destination in time. You create a roadmap for your growth. You form a bond with the version of you who will open that letter one day. It becomes a promise, a commitment, and a reminder that your journey has meaning. In this letter, include the things that truly matter. Write about your struggles, what you're fighting through right now. Write about your strengths, the qualities that give you hope. Write about your goals, both big and small. Write about the promises you want to keep, habits you want to build, mindsets you want to change. And finally, write about your dreams, the future you want to step into, the life you want to create. Be honest, emotional, and brave. This letter is your truth. When you seal it and open it 6 or 12 months later, the experience is life-changing. This is the time capsule effect. You will see how far you've come, how much has changed, how many battles you've survived, and how many dreams you've started chasing. It is emotional, inspiring, and deeply grounding. Remember, your future self is not a stranger. They are depending on you. Every choice you make today shapes the life they will live tomorrow. Write them a letter full of hope, strength, and vision. Then start becoming the person they will be proud to read about. Habit 17. Quit things that aren't working. Most people believe that improvement only comes from adding new habits, new routines, and new responsibilities. But sometimes, the most powerful form of growth comes from letting go. Imagine trying to fill a bucket with water, but there is a small hole at the bottom. No matter how hard you work, no matter how much water you pour in, the bucket will never stay full. This is what your life becomes when you keep holding on to things that secretly drain your energy. Hard work becomes useless if there is a leak you refuse to fix. So what must you quit to protect your future? Start by letting go of negative people who constantly pull you down or make you doubt yourself. Quit old routines that no longer support your goals. They may have served you once, but not anymore. Remove toxic habits like excessive scrolling or emotional eating that steal your time and peace. Delete pointless apps that trap your attention and waste your focus. And most importantly, quit limiting beliefs, the thoughts that whisper, "You can't do it, you're too late," or "You're not enough." Remember, quitting does not equal failure. In fact, quitting what harms you is a sign of wisdom and self-respect. True strength is not holding on. It is knowing when to let go. Growth requires space. Space to breathe, space to focus, space to evolve. When you remove what drains you, you create room for what builds you. Improvement is not only about addition, it is also about subtraction. Sometimes the fastest way forward is to release what's been holding you back. Habit 18. Stop procrastinating. Procrastination is one of the most silent and dangerous habits that steals your future. Not because you don't have time, but because you carry fear. Fear of failing. Fear of not being perfect. Fear of not knowing where to start. Most people think procrastination is a time management problem, but it is truly a self-belief problem. You delay tasks not because you cannot do them, but because you are afraid of what the result might reveal about you. And while you wait, your dreams slowly fade. Imagine an apple that falls fresh from a tree. It looks perfect, juicy, full of potential. Now imagine someone saying, "I'll eat it later." Hours pass. It is still fine. The next day, it starts to soften. A week later, it rots. smells bad, attracts flies, and becomes completely useless. Opportunities work the same way. When you say later, they begin to decay. When you say tomorrow, they lose freshness. When you keep waiting, they rot. Procrastination doesn't just delay your future, it destroys it. To break this cycle, start with simple tools. Use the 10-minute rule. Promise yourself you will work on something for just 10 minutes. Most of the time, once you start, momentum takes over. Choose progress over perfection. A small action today is better than a perfect plan you never execute. And learn to start even when you feel unready, because readiness comes from doing, not waiting. Adopt the mindset of achievers. Later means never. Say it, believe it, live by it. Every time you choose action over delay, you reclaim your power and move closer to the person you want to become. Habit 19. Ask for feedback. If you truly want to grow, you must learn to see yourself clearly. And the only way to do that is through feedback. Feedback acts like a mirror. It shows you your blind spots, the areas you cannot see on your own. No matter how self-aware you think you are, there are always weaknesses, habits, or mistakes that others can notice long before you do. Growth becomes easier and faster when you allow the right people to guide you, correct you, and reflect your truth back to you. Imagine walking around all day with a smudge of dirt on your face. You feel normal, confident, and comfortable because you have no idea it's there. But everyone else sees it. People stare, whisper, or avoid looking directly at you. Finally, you pass by a mirror and notice the dirt. You feel shocked and embarrassed. Not because the dirt is huge, but because you didn't know. That is exactly what life is like without feedback. There are things others see in you, your tone, your attitude, your habits, your mistakes, that you remain unaware of. That's why you should actively ask for feedback in the areas that matter. Your speaking, your writing, your behavior, your attitude, and your work quality. Feedback in these areas can accelerate your growth more than months of effort alone. But remember, don't seek feedback from everyone. Seek it from people who genuinely want to see you rise, those who are honest, supportive, and wise. Never fear honest feedback. Fear living your whole life unaware of what's holding you back. Growth requires courage, humility, and the willingness to listen. Let feedback be the mirror that transforms you. Habit 20. Change your social circle. The people around you are not just part of your environment, they are your environment. You slowly absorb their beliefs, their mindset, their habits, their expectations, and even their fears. Your social circle acts like an invisible force that shapes your identity every single day. If you spend time with people who are negative, lazy, or afraid of change, their mindset will quietly slip into yours. If you sit with people who dream big, work hard, and grow consistently, you will naturally rise with them. Think of a basket of fruits. If you place one rotten fruit among fresh ones, the rot spreads. Not immediately, but slowly, silently, and inevitably. In the same way, one negative person in your life can drain your confidence, kill your motivation, and hold you back from becoming who you want to be. That's why you must audit your circle. Ask yourself, who builds me up? Who inspires me? Who challenges me to improve? And who drains my energy, disrespects my growth, or keeps me stuck in old patterns? Here's the truth. Don't fear walking alone. Fear walking with people who are going nowhere. It is better to walk your path in solitude than surround yourself with a circle that limits your potential. When you choose better people, your thoughts improve, your habits improve, and your future improves. Your life will always rise or fall to match the level of the people closest to you. Choose wisely. Surround yourself with those who help you grow, not those who hold you down. Your circle is your future. These 20 habits are not just actions. They are identity builders. Each habit is a small step toward a stronger, clearer, more disciplined version of yourself. You don't become great overnight. You don't wake up one morning magically transformed. You build your new self slowly, silently, and consistently, one habit at a time. Every morning routine, every glass of water, every page you read, every step you take, these are the bricks that form the foundation of your future. Change doesn't happen loudly. It happens quietly, in the moments no one sees. The most important thing is to start small. Don't try to master all 20 habits today. Don't overwhelm yourself. Simply pick one habit, just one, and practice it until it becomes a natural part of your life. Let that habit transform you. Let it build confidence, discipline, and momentum. And once it feels normal, choose the next habit. Step by step, your life will begin to shift in ways you never imagined. And remember, growth is intentional, not instant. You won't see results in one day, but you will feel them in your heart, your mind, and your actions. Be patient with yourself. Be consistent. Trust the process, even when progress feels slow. If this video helped you, inspired you, or opened your eyes to even one new habit, then I invite you to subscribe to Read and Learn English. Here, you don't just improve your English, you improve your life. This channel exists to educate you, uplift you, and transform you. So join this journey. Your new life is waiting.